La 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 la. Dun dun. I like low key and high key chewed up there. Like you could make incredible things if you just look on the internet high to the key. Like I just googled soundtrap and started making music and started playing with the sounds and started just being creative. That's who I am. I'm just like a quirky, creative, nonchalant type of guy. And I know that stresses a lot of people out because they don't have the talents that I have. So when I make it like a art piece like that, it kind of drives people to insanity. So, I'm gonna be singing my tunes, I'm gonna be singing my songs, all in that from the future now on. That sentence did not make sense, but here we are. And this is like one out of four shirts that I have. So this is like a fan favorite of mine, though. Like a fan fave. I always rock this one. I always like the color black. It makes me look, even though like I don't really care about looking fat because, girl, I have gone through it already. Like my whole hating my fat body, I'm done with it. I'm done with it because if I don't for all the ED people, if you hate yourself when you're fat, you're gonna hate yourself when you're skinny. I am the perfect example of that. I am the perfect example of that. I hated myself when I was fat. And when I got skinny, girl, I thought I was still fat. I thought I was still plump, round, and everything. And I hated it. I hated myself. And people love to say on Instagram, bullying works, bullying works. It doesn't. It does not. It only makes the people hate themselves. And people that say that on Instagram comments, because it's on Instagram and it's a guy who says it like all of the time, like they're probably at home dodging alcohol bottles, like dodging beer bottles from their dad because they're abused at home. They're abused at home and they think that, oh my gosh, this is going to build my character. This is going to build everything of me. Like, this is my character arc. Like, how, this is the story that I'm going to tell in the future. No, you're a victim. You're traumatized and you're going to go on and traumatize other people because you're over here on Instagram Reel comments, seeing a person get beat up brutally because they're probably gay, trans, or something else and saying bullying works. Winky face. No, it doesn't. You're abused at home, and I know it just by that comment. Like, you go like you do the Kim Petri, the what's the Kim K, dodge dance when your dad launches bottles at you. Like you're a victim as well, and clearly the bullying from your abusive father does not help you at all. At all. So I'm sending my condolences to all of the straight. I need to stop because I have this mindset. I need to adjust my view on straight man because it gets scary, and that leads me to my first thing. My first thing, it kind of this is gonna be a slow burn, but it leads to my hatred of straight man. In this story that I'm about to tell. So yesterday I was in the welfare office because I need help. I need help. And I was in the welfare office trying to fix the food stamps because they were acting up. So I went bright and early. Of course, there was a big line. I thought me and my mom were being smart by like going really early, but no. Of course, people also think the same thing. Durr. But what I wanted to say is when I first stepped in that long line, there was this guy and he looked like the second I stood behind him, he looked towards me and said, "What's up?" And, I said, "What's up?" back. The next thing this guy tells me is, "Do I smoke bud?" Um, so, so, do I give that? I just want to know if I give that. Because if I do, there's a serious change that needs to happen. Because I do smoke it, but, not that crazy and not to the amount where you think I'm gonna be your druggy buddy. Like, it's not gonna work like that. So I kind of took offense, but I was just like, "Oh yeah, I do." And he said, "It's because I'm trying to get a smoke and I see those people smoking and everything, like I just want to smoke, and do you have some on you?" I'm like, "No, I don't got that." So he turns around and he starts smelling because everybody in the line was smoking. So Everybody in the line was smoking, and I didn't mind it. But so he turns around again and tells me like, "Ooh, that smells so good." I just responded like, "Oh yeah, it does," because I I don't know. I just the first thing that came to mind was like, oh yeah, it does. I was feeling the druggy fantasy at that point. I'm like, I look like a mega druggy to this guy now. Like I'm one of his druggy buddies. Like, no, just because I said that line. He then tells me like, I want to ask those people if they will give me like a smoke. Girl, I was already over this man. I was over him. I'm like, can you just go ask them? I told him like, oh, go tell them if you want it so bad. And he turns around and he like hinders a little bit, but he meets up with the people. And when I look over to him, he's over here coughing and smoking and everything. So he got his smoke on. So shout out to him, you got your smoke on. The thing that just took me aback is that you thought I was your druggy buddy. Baby, what the heck, what the heckity hell. Anyways, so once the line started getting shorter and shorter and we started inching towards the building entrance, there was this woman like in front of, so it was me, the guy that thought I was his druggy buddy, and this woman. I don't think it's important to say what she was wearing. Yeah, no, but yeah. So once we were on the stairs, like there's like the staircase near the entrance, and we were like in the line there, and it was inching closer to the entrance. There was this guy that had a vest on. He was not in line. He wasn't going to the welfare office. There was people like there's always people in the welfare office like right next to it, like selling like stuff like food, and there's other things like they give like free phones, like government phones and stuff. If you're broke, you know. But um, I don't think he was even one of those guys. He wasn't going to the welfare office. He wasn't selling anything. He was just standing there. So yeah, I was confused. The guy had this vest on and it said security in the back. I don't know what he was security for. I know that he wasn't security for the welfare office, but tell me why. I'm looking through my phone scrolling, being cute, just scrolling, and all I hear is this dude hollering at the lady, and it's just it sent chills down my spine. I'm just like, oh my goodness, oh my, I thought we made progress, because I started seeing straight man in a different light. Because why do I hate y'all? Why? I know why now. And it's not if the shoe doesn't fit, do not wear it. Okay? I'm sick and tired. Not all straight. If the shoe doesn't fit, don't wear it. Okay? The shoe fits on this guy. And he was just hollering at her, and the guy that was in front of me, the guy with the security the security vest told the guy in front of me to to move to the side so he could look at this woman's ass. I wanted to projectile vomit on his face so he wouldn't be able to catcall to look at another woman ever again. I wanted to infect your eyes so bad with my projectile vomit and maybe pull my pants down and projectile diarrhea and give you pink eye so your eyes literally look like a amazing World of Gumball injury. Like I wanted to do that so bad to him, but this guy had a security vest on, so I was clearly outnumbered in strength. But yeah, he was just, I gag at you dudes. I really do gag at you dudes. And when we started inching closer and closer to the entrance, the woman already made it inside. We were like, I was two people or one person behind her. I looked to my side, and all of a sudden this guy teleported to the other side of the fence where the building's at, because he was on the other side of the fence, like outside of the stairs. So he moved inside to the fence and walked up the stairs to see where the woman was at. And he was just looking he was just looking for her. It was just like, ew. Like, what if it was your mom? What if it was your mom and it was this other dude? If I would have told him that, if I would have told him that, it would have been a loud riot. It would have been like, oh, don't talk about my mom, don't talk about the. Oh, now it's an issue. Now it's an issue. What if it's your sister? What if it's your cousin? What if it's your mother going through that? You disgusting man. Oh, you disgusting man. Like, I really do hope it's your mother one day going through that, because you will get a taste of your own medicine. I hope it's you one day. I hope you get catcalled by a gay ass motherfucker saying you have a nice fucking butt, even though you were sagging, and I know you have a skid mark. I know you do. I know you do. But there's some scat gay people out there that will love you, that will love and respect you. Anyways, that dude clearly needed a job because he was just standing outside of the welfare office with the security vest, knowing damn well he was in security. Once I was inside the building, I had my gal pal taser because my neighborhood is scary. It's scary, so I just have it on me 24/7. It finally like snapped in my head that I was entering a government building with a weapon. Even though it was like a weapon of self, I was like, it was only for self defense. Like, wouldn't my look at me? Look at me. Do I look like I'm about to pounce on someone? No. So when it snapped in my brain that I was bringing a weapon in the government building, I told the guy, I just let the guy know, like, oh, I have this taser. Can I bring it inside? Like, and so you know how I hate straight men. I also have this stigma against like old people as well, like because old people kind of think that they could just walk over young people because like, oh, I lived my life, this and that. No, no. If you're rude to me, I'm gonna be rude to you back. This goes for anyone. This goes for anyone. Because if I'm coming to you with positive energy and you come to me with negative energy, how am I supposed to react, right? Like, how am I just supposed to like, no. If you're an old ass fart, I'm gonna say you're an old ass fart if you start coming at me. But I did that all in my brain. I should have told him something, but he was basically like, take it outside, take it outside. Mind you, I didn't know if I went outside, I would have to get back in line. I didn't know, so I was just like thinking, I'm like, can I just give it to you? And he was like, take it outside, take it outside. All rude, all sissy, like, oh, are you my sis? Are you like a sis? Are you a sis? Or are you a part of my group or what's up? And my mom just basically grabbed the taser and just put it behind a trash can. And I was kind of going in on her because I was stressed. I was stressing out. I'm like, I need that taser when I go on my walks. Like I need it. I really do because this neighborhood is one filled with dangerous people and two it is scoured with violent dogs. If I walk in the streets unarmed, I will most likely get bitten by a aggressive dog. And it sucks. Like, why? Why should I have to worry about that? And it really made me start to think, like, do I even like dogs now? Like, I don't think I like dogs. Like, I really very much am a cat person, but I don't know. I do love dogs. It's just like, y'all are loud. I hate loud people. Loud people and loud things, loud objects. So a dog is kind of like that, it's a loud thing that just barks and is aggressive for no reason. Oh wait, I'm describing a straight man. Anyways, it really made me think. I'm like, I probably don't like dogs. In my walk, I had to battle three, three, three times. I had to go against dogs in my walks. And why? Why? Talking about dogs, why don't tops have cars nowadays? Like, not a single top has a car nowadays. And I know, like, if I separate, like, in the gay community, if I separate, like, tops and bottoms, that's kind of toxic. I know that. But the thing is, they have the mentality before me. Like, I know the toxicness, but they have the mentality. Like, they think that they're tops and they're manly men. But how can you be a manly man if you don't got a car for me? How can you be a man? So I'm just fitting into their mindset. If you want to be a whole man, why don't you got a car for me? Why don't you, when I'm pulling up to you? So I met this guy on Sniffies, this app. Yeah, I'm not happy about it either. You know what? Maybe I am, because why does it matter? Maybe I am happy about it. So I met him. He was chill. He digged me, I digged him. I texted him first, and the chat was going cute. He was kind of dry, but the chat was going cute and everything. And when it led with the gaze, it goes like this. With the gaze, it goes like this. It says, "Hi, hi, fuck me now." That's how it goes. That's how it goes in the apps. So we were at that point, and I told him, "Do you have a car for me to pick me up?" And it was night by this point. It was night, and I wasn't gonna walk over there. I wasn't gonna use my scooter to go over there. No, no, I'm not doing it because it's nighttime. It doesn't matter if like the risk of me getting jumped or anything is like low. Who cares? It's nighttime. I don't want to do that at nighttime. Pick me up. Pick me up. Anyways, he said he didn't have a car and he said that he has his friend's car, but his friend is only fine with him taking the car if he comes along. So I started thinking, I'm like, wait, is this gonna be like a 2-for-1 deal? I didn't want to ask him that because he was probably gonna like cuss me out or something. But I don't think it was. I don't think it was. We started circling around. We started circling around and everything. Like, are you gonna get me a car so I could pull up to you? And he was like, I don't know, I don't know. And the conversation went nowhere. So I just told him like, okay, just update me whenever you got a car for me. Just update me. And he said, cool, bye. I don't know. The tone for me, it was just like a little bit confusing. I started getting confused. I was just, um, at, you don't have a car. You don't have a car. How do you expect your dick to get sucked when you don't have a car? It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Don't expect a dick sucking service to pull up to your house like it's a plunging system. Like you're calling a plunger, oh, fix up my toilet, and they come to you. No, this is not a dick sucking service. If you want a dick sucking service, you have to drive to the dick sucking service. This isn't Postmates for dick sucking. I'm so Confucius. I am quite Confucius. Buy a rental if you need to. Get a U-Haul. They're like $20, right? A U-Haul's $20. Go rent out a U-Haul if you're craving your dick getting sucked. Drive over to me in the U-Haul, and we could do a David Dobrik vlog where you know how David Dobrik used to like video his friends behind a U-Haul getting slammed around and everything. We could do something like that. We go behind it. We get your friend that wants to be with you all the time, and we let him drive, and we just go crazy in the back. Why not? But dudes are not smart. We do not think. I'm sorry. Long story short, you're not getting your dick sucked if you don't have a car. If you don't have a car. A car. Anyways, so for real now, I want to talk about a Zen topic because I really need to bring my chakras down. I know I need to align my chakras. The next topic that I want to talk about is fuck Zack D films. Fuck him. I am sick. Zack, Zack D, Zack D. I'm tired of you. I am tired of you. Every time I know I talked about him in like a previous episode, but the way that man induces fear in me. And I'm sorry. To the point, so he made a video. I know I already talked about like the neck thing, cuz he made a video about like a YouTube short and how this person always cracked their neck and they died from it. They died from it. They got paralyzed, and one of my biggest fears is getting paralyzed or stuck in a place because I am claustrophobic. I cannot. That's why I always avoid sleeping on my back like it's the plague. Because if you sleep on your back, there's a really your tongue's gonna go back. You're gonna be waking up not moving. No, no, no. I also have this I don't know what's the word called, but there's I don't even know, but there's this thing that I do that I have to sleep with the blanket on because if I don't sleep with the blanket on, I'm gonna get paralyzed. Okay, so I know. So that leads to how Zack D induces fear to me. Like if I can't sleep without a blanket because I'm scared of me getting paralyzed. What like this dude projecting facts on YouTube Shorts with crazy animations, that's gonna actually scare me. That's gonna actually scare me, and they're real stories, not a delusion I made up in my head. Like this is a real story. So it really scares me. And when he explained that neck cracking story, I stopped cracking my neck entirely, and literally literally for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I still suffer from it. My head has just constantly been hurting because it's just stiff. Everywhere on my neck is stiff. Like it's kind of getting better now. I feel like I'm getting my neck cracks back. So I'm happy, and my neck doesn't feel so tight anymore. I know I already talked about that neck thing. Zach D just made a new video about this woman who got pranked with a thumbtack. So they this lady, I think it was a classroom, so I don't know. They they pranked her by putting a thumbtack in her chair. So when she sat down, she sat on the thumbtack. Little did everybody know the thumbtack had a disease in it. Like it had bacteria on it. The bacteria went into her bloodstream, killed the girl, killed the girl. The next thing I thought about when I put down my phone, when I stopped watching him, the next thing I thought about, I'm like, a similar prank was also done to me. It was also done to me. And I know I'm because it happened to me when I was in elementary. I'm just so I don't know. I just feel like stuff just follows me. Like it would just follow me, and now that I'm 20, it's just gonna kill me. Like the disease definitely, like it got to me now. Like it just grew over time, and at 20 years old, even though it happened to me in middle school, the disease caught up, and I'm gone because I just saw that video. So basically, a similar prank happened to me. I was walking home from school, and this one kid, he was like somewhat my friend. He was like trying to get closer to me, but the only way he knew how to get closer to me was like by insulting me. You might say like, what? Like how would someone think that? You know how like when you're friends with people and you guys get to a certain point of friendship where you guys could throw insults at each other and stuff and it's chill. Me and him weren't at that, but he thought we were at that. So when he was saying an offensive joke, I was like big back then as well. Um, he will make a joke about my weight. Okay, I wanted to. I know this one time when he made a joke, I wanted to go to lunch. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna grab some lunch, and he said like, you're gonna grab some lunch, fatty? Yes, this fatty's gonna grab some lunch. I literally just looked at him like, and went to grab my lunch. But anyways, back to this story. So I was walking home after school, and just la 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 la. Pink, pink. I feel a poke. A piercing poke right here on the neck. Right here on the neck. And I turn around. It was him. It was him with the thumb. He was like, ah, ah, ah. You are weird. And I was just like, ow. And I just continued walking. And the next thing he said, he's like, he was with a friend. They were, the next thing he said was he was going to do it to another person now. Like, it was time for the next victim. I was the victim. Now we're jumping on to another one. What the hell? What the hell? So that Zack D film video that he made just reminded me of that. And I started to really think like, was there a disease in that thumbtack? And if so, can a disease spread throughout the body over years and kill me at the ripe age of 20? Please answer that. Zack D, stop. Zack D, stop. Zack D, just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Please, I'm asking you. Please just stop. Enough's enough. Every time I see one of your videos, it's like heroin. I cannot stop intaking it. It's so bad for me, but I want more. I want more. I'm not the problem. I'm not the problem. You are. You are. You. I am currently watching Baddies Atlanta. This was right after watching Baddies Caribbean, so I'm going back in time with this. And I thought I was gonna get a taste of that, like modern baddies, but obviously, like I'm not, because this is like the first season. The first episode was cute and everything, and instantly my favorite character is Sydney. Like instantly, she's cunt, she's queen, even though like she kind of does too much at times. Like it's a TV show about I don't know if it was that at Baddies was that time because Natalie Nunn's over here saying like we're here to make money, this and that, but I don't really see this is not a diss, but I don't see the girls giving content enough to be paid for. Like, what do the girls do for them? Anyways, and because I was just like, do they make music? Like, is music? Because in Caribbean, they were traveling throughout the Caribbean, like doing clubs and partying all the time. And I was just like, is that how they make their money? Because shout out, that's how I want to make my money. But is that how they make it? So that's why I thought, I'm like, do they just make music? But the most recent episode I watched, episode 5, none of the girls could sing or anything or dance. So I was like, okay, that's probably not the answer. They don't make music. Um, and I heard they made OnlyFans content. That's who cares? Like, yeah, period. I was watching the fifth episode. That was the fifth episode where I learned that the girls. I was confused what the girls do. So after they said let's make some money, we jumped to a club. Them dancing at a club. So and boom, boom, boom. Once they're done with the club, they're all drunk and everything, and Sydney was just there creating havoc again. She was just beefing with Jody. She has this beef with Jody. I don't like Jody because If you're transphobic, I just don't. If you're anything phobic, I'm done. You're done. Like, why would I like you? Just be smarter. Stop being ignorant. Like, stop hating people. How about that? But every time she started coming for Jordy, I was like, get her, get her. That's cute. But it really does feel like Sydney is fighting everyone alone. Like she really is alone and everyone is against her. Because before episode 5, other girls, like everybody in the baddie's house, does not see her as a woman. They do not see her as a woman. They say like you can't put your hands on her because this. They still say she and everything and claim that they think that she's a woman, but if you're saying this stuff, you don't really think that. And look, Sydney has the full right to put her hands on Jordy because of the stuff that Jordy was saying, and any other girl that starts to test her. But once the girl starts saying, you can't hit me because this and that, literally describing that they don't see her as a woman. Because, yeah, they don't see her as a woman because of that. She has the full right to sock you if you are testing her. If you are testing her. And it's going to be a woman on woman crime because she's a woman. Like what? So when back to the club and into the car, they were in a car right after the club, and she was Sydney was causing havoc, and everyone started getting mad at her. Everybody started getting mad. It started to turn left when Sydney went for Taisha. That's her name, right? Taisha. When she went for her, all of a sudden I hear this big, grown ass, scary man say say, oh, if she doesn't shut up, I'm gonna hit her and this and that, and basically started calling her a dude, started calling Sydney a dude. What the hell? That literally solidified the fact that everybody in that house, even the producers, saw her as a man. And it's just so disgusting. It is really disgusting and scary. It's really, especially like right after, because when they were sitting on the table, Sydney described how she was almost killed by these dudes because uh she was killed by these, like, she had intercourse with a guy. Another guy found out that they had intercourse, and that guy told the guy that Sydney is trans, and the guy freaked out and went to Sydney and threatened her life, so she almost died. Nobody cared. The producers didn't care that that story was told, because one producer literally said she needs to get out of the car and I'm gonna beat her ass. What the What is wrong with you? Like, genuinely, what is wrong with you? You grown ass, ugly ass man. What is wrong with you? And it leads me, I was just so scared for her. I was scared because once a man puts his hands on a trans woman, anyone trans on a trans woman, especially a black trans woman, their life is over. Their life is ended. It's ended. Because that's how bigots are. Bigots will be so fearful of what they have done with a trans person that they will kill them. And it's disgusting. It's just disgusting how they could just kill another person just because their fear of being gay. What were you attracted to when you saw the trans woman? What were you attracted to? You were attracted to the woman, to the tits, to the everything. What? You're not gay, motherfucker. You're not gay. It's confusing. Like, and then they freak out. They do a whole little tantrum and everything. So that's why I'm saying, like, if hands are ever put on a trans woman, it's the last day that trans woman lives, and that's just so sad. That how even in 2025, especially in 2025, because we're in Trump's America now, that it's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse. And you see how I'm talking about it and how I'm fearful about it. Imagine how trans people feel, and imagine how like black trans women feel. Like it's obviously it's a scary world for them, but damn, when an outsider can feel the fear of that as well. Obviously, I can imagine to the full extent, but I feel the second hand. Like there's like something that I feel, and it's just like the girls are in danger. Like it's really like, ugh, mother. Like people need to be educated. I can't believe we let a felon in the building in the White House, and it's just disgusting. It really is disgusting. Like, yuck. Yuck. Mm-mm. Explaining that we're in Trump's America. I kind of feel like it's gonna be harder to get therapy. I don't know. That's just like a fear I have. Like, I don't know if that's the case, but I kind of do feel like it is. Uh, I really hope it's not. But if it is, it is. I'm just scared because um the therapist hasn't hit me up at all. They said like by the late March they will hit me up and everything. They haven't done so. Uh, why do I associate that with Trump though? I don't know. I just feel like it's not yeah, whatever. But they haven't hit me up and it just makes me feel alone, low key. It just makes me feel like I'm fighting a war that a person that could help me does not want to help me with. You know, like, oh my gosh, help me. Hi, can you help me? No. Like, that's not even a no. I didn't even get a no. I got silence from them. They said late March, you're gonna get a phone call from us. No, I did not get a phone call from you all. You all. Mind you, the girl that was doing her appointments, like the therapist, like I'm assuming assistant, um she didn't sound professional. She sounded dumb, girl. You sound dumb. Shout out to you though. But yeah, I, it just made me feel like damn, is there care in the world? Like, is there really care? Like, when do they realize like how bad a pushback is? How bad pushing back an appointment is? How ignoring someone who is asking for help, like how bad that is? Do you know? Because girl, like my mental health has gone to the point. Like I have stopped. I'm not doing this anymore. But I used to when I was watching RuPaul's Drag Race. When I was watching RuPaul's Drag Race, and I would just create this scenario and get mad for some reason and just make this fake scenario about me and RuPaul beefing and arguing. Like I'm arguing with her. I'm one of the queens that's a contestant in there, and I get a back critique. In my mind, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna jump off the stage and then I'm gonna fucking be in RuPaul's face and like that's not normal. But obviously, it's not that. Like it's not that anymore because I am since the therapist doesn't want to hit me up, then I just have to be my own therapist. I have to do meditation and accountability. That's all I could do for right now. And it's helped because I definitely do see changes in my mental. I'm like, if there's no reason to get mad at something, why would I get mad? I want to be carefree all the time, through and through. And that way of thinking has really helped me severely, severely, severely. So I don't have fake beefs with RuPaul anymore. Even though that she could get it, she could get it, she could get it, she could very much get it because the judging in season 17 is pissing me off. So maybe there's gonna be a day where I'm face to face with RuPaul saying, "Bitch, what's up? What's up, RuPaul? What is up?" The system fails a lot of people. It fails a lot of people, and then we wonder why shit goes down. That probably sounds like I'm gonna do something. No, 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 no. I'm not. No. But it's just like crazy people are out there like literally amongst us. It could be your coworker. Everybody needs therapy. Everybody needs therapy because they're all ill. Everybody's ill. Everybody has gone through something because parents, especially from the last generation, fucked up everybody. I through and through think that. I don't know. I really don't know. Moving on though, and also another reason why I need therapy because I survived a traumatic experience. I did, and I need someone to talk to, but unfortunately I can't. I made an Instagram account. I called it Anthony.vlog, where I would post every day. I don't do that anymore. I don't post every day on there, even though I want to. There's just nothing happening in my life for me to like post on Instagram about it. But anyway, I made that account for that. I was just gonna post every day, just post stories, cute photos, everything. Tell me why like a week later I got a whole stalker, and it wasn't just like I think they were a troll. I talked about this on bike, like on the when I'm like walking on my walks, I record myself and I talked about it, but I didn't go in depth. So I want to go in depth through and through. When I made the account, a week later, I think, I woke up to several ads. of like I was just my account was added like in a story, like all of this person's story, and just them being creepy and them just trying to get a reaction from me by saying like creepy stuff. I then checked their feed and it was a bunch of screenshots of the pictures that I was posting on my page and just with different captions, like just being weird and everything. So I posted on my story. I was just like, if you did this, you are not my friend anymore. Because I had a suspicion that it was one of my friends. You know, the last episode that I talked about the two friends I don't talk to anymore. I thought it was one of them. I thought it was one of them. So I'm gonna call her friend one, and I'm gonna call the other friend, the one that I ghosted when it was her birthday, friend two. I thought it was friend one. I posted a story. Instantly after, they thought that I thought it was them. You know what I'm trying to say? So they texted me, it's like, oh, it wasn't me. I didn't do any of that, this and that. And I started ghosting them. I started being a little weird to them. And I forgot what made me go around and hear them out. I think I just kept on posting stories and they kept on saying like it wasn't me, it wasn't me. So I felt bad. I think yeah, that was it. I felt bad. So I started texting them like, okay, then who was it? And long story short, they friend one just made me believe it wasn't them. And to this day, I still think it's not them. I don't know who it is. I don't know who it is, but it's someone that I know. It had to be someone that I know. But I don't think that it was them. I don't think it was friend one. I go to friend two and I tell them, "Who do you think it is?" Because I'm really like creeped out. Like I'm extremely creeped out. This is kind of creepy. And they posted, so with all the screenshots and repost of my stories on their feed, they posted a picture of them with a bottle. Um, I forgot what bottle it was. Don John. I forgot what bottle, like an alcohol bottle. They posted that in their car, and they said, friend two said that friend one drinks that alcohol beverage a lot. They they drink that. That's their drink of choice. So they were like, it's probably them because of this. And I just didn't know. I didn't want to believe that because that was messed up because during that time both friend 1 and friend 2 they were really close to me and I was more hurt than scared, you know? But I just didn't want to believe it was friend 1 and I still don't think it is, but I just don't know. I started telling more people, like more coworkers that were close to me. They all started saying it was friend 1. And the reason why I thought it was friend 1 because they play around too much. They joke and troll a lot. And I thought it was just like something they were doing, something that they thought it was funny. And I politely slash rudely wanted to say that it wasn't because, yeah. So that's why I thought it was that. And friends who also thought the same thing. Like they play too much, and it was probably just them thinking that this was, yeah. So that's why I thought that. And that's why they thought that. And then the bottle suspicion started making me think even more that it was friend one. So what I did, this was kind of crazy. What I did was I kind of started texting the group chat where I was with friend one and friend two. It was all of us three in that group chat. And I just started texting them, pretending that I was like really paranoid and stuff, and telling them that like when something small, something like slightly scary happens to me, I take it to the extreme, and I just kind of like, I was just telling them that like I can't handle this. I'm really scared, and I started like amping it up to probably make friend one feel bad and maybe get an answer from them. Maybe it's like, oh, this joke has gone too far. You know, I was hoping to get that from them, but that never happened. So that's when I fully thought like, okay, it's not them. And I know that's crazy from me. I know, but I was low key kind of kind of freaked out, but it was just a little freaked out. It was just a little freaked out. When I really started to get major freaked out was when I DM'd them. I want to take the control back and troll them. I want to troll you. I want to troll you because you were trolling me clearly. Like they were probably one of my coworkers and they were trolling me. So I'm like, I'm gonna troll you. You're not gonna make a joke out of me. So it turned left. It turned left because they said, I know what plaza you go to. I seen you in the parking lot at work, and I'm gonna visit you soon. No, you're not, baby. No, you're not. No, you're not. I was so scared. I was literally so scared to leave my room and go to the restroom that night. And Outside of my room, there was a hammer. I grabbed it quickly and raced back to my room and put it under my bed. And when I tell you I started prepping for someone to be posted up to me, like when I wake up, I pretended to be asleep like this, and I opened my eyes and just grabbed the hammer that was behind, like under the pillow, and just swing. I started like rehearsing that over and over and over again, just in hopes like if someone was posted up, I would be ready. I also had my taser right next to me. I wasn't playing games. I wasn't playing it. I am an extremely paranoid person. I am extremely paranoid, and this situation didn't really make me paranoid until that point. Until that point. So I just started prepping. I started going crazy and everything. And going back to when I was telling friend one and friend two in the group chat that I was freaking out, they were just telling me to block them. Like, I think they were over it. They're like, "Girl, just block it. Like, literally, just block it." And I did, and it stopped. It just stopped. Like the troll stopped posting, stopped saying stuff. I to this day do not know who that troll stalker was. I really want to know. Like, just it's been so long now. Just make yourself known. Like, come on, it's over. Like, I'm not gonna be mad at you. Just make yourself known if you're trolling me. Like, it's cute. It's cute. It's whatever. Please, pretty, please. But anyways, my throat is so dry because I just have been rambling on and on and on. But this episode was really fun though. I actually like, oh my goodness, had a blast to the past. Like, but in summary, tops need to get cars, men need to get killed, Zack D needs to stop, baddies needs to be cancelled, and my dot vlog stalker needs to be found immediately. But anyways,